Hi everyone, welcome back to my craft room. If you're new to my craft room, then welcome. Today I'm just doing a couple quick easy DIYs here. I bought these picture frames at Dollar Tree. I have them all taken apart because I've been sitting here messing around with it trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. But anyway, I found this pretty one here, and that's a 4x6, and this one is a 5x7. And I just thought these were so pretty, and I figured these would be great to do some little Christmas DIYing with. So anyway, I've got a mess here right now. I got so much stuff out trying to, you have it pictured in your head how you want it, but you don't always have what you want. But I'm going to make this work. So anyway, I have this cute little snowman print. You guys saw these. I hauled these in my Temu haul a while back. So I actually measured. I took this apart. I get careful here because I'm going to put this glass back in. Let me set that glass back in there before I end up cutting my finger. So I'll set the glass back in there, and then I took this piece here just to measure the size, and I'm going to take my little paper cutter here, my little Fiskars. You can get these anywhere. I think I got this at Michael's. I know a lot of people ask me, and I can never remember. I'm pretty sure it came from Michael's. So I'm just going to cut out some of this picture here so it'll fit in our frame. And these are just like little nice little add-on things. I don't want to make them too fancy or anything. I just want these to like sit on a shelf like amongst the other Christmas decorations. And I think it's going to look really cute. So that is that. I haven't measured the one for the other one yet, so we'll get to that one. Let's get one at a time here. Alright, so this is going to go right in here. Hopefully. Oops, I didn't measure it height-wise though, did I? Nope. Let's see, do I want to cut off the top or the bottom? Some of the bottom, I believe. Alright, let's see. Alright. So I'm going to have to make one more cut here. Right about here. I don't know why I didn't measure that. Alright, let me cut that off here quick. A little mark, cut that off. Now it should fit. Move that out of the way. Alright. There we go. Now it fits in there. Does it fit? Oh, you know what? That's why. I should have left it alone. Well, you know what? I'm going to have to put a little piece of tape on it now. You know why it was that long? Because there's nothing to hold it there. Okay, it's fine. A little piece of tape will do me. Give me some place back here. Now I remember why it was so much longer there. Alright, let's get that there even. We're just going to add a little piece of tape to the top of that glass. Hopefully that's going to hold it there without showing. That'll work. Alright, now let me get this tape down here. That's not holding it all on top. Alright, let's tape it from the bottom. I can't believe I messed that up. Well, I can, because it's just one of those days. Apparently. Alright, we'll just tape it to this corner. That'll work. You know, I am forever messing things up lately. That's okay. You guys know I don't edit out my boo-boos. Because you know what? You might make the same boo-boo. Alright, now we're going to take this piece and put this back on here. And I like these little clips they have on this one. Where they just flip back over and hold everything into place. So there we go with that. Hopefully my picture is going to stay where it's supposed to. But look how darn cute that is. But then I thought, you know what? This is too white. So I'm going to take some of the Tim Holtz Distressing ink. You guys know I use this stuff for everything. This is the Vintage Photo ink, and you can get this at Michael's and stuff too, or on Amazon, anywhere you can pretty much. But I'm just going to kind of go over this a little bit. I might rub some of it back off, just to kind of darken that up a little bit. It's just way too white to go with that picture in the background. So we're just going to go around this here. I don't want it brown brown. I want to see through it. But I like that better. Just a little, maybe a little darker on the edges. But then, I like this. See, it just kind of blends in with the picture just a little bit better. So we'll just go around the edge here just a little bit. Darken that up just a bit. There. Oh, I like that much better. Much, much better. I don't really care about the inside. That's fine, but there you go. And now I was going to add some greens to this, but I thought, you know what? I'm not gonna, because like I said, I want this to just kind of be in with my decorations. They're going to be the star. This is just a little add-on, but I have a bunch of these little snowflakes that I got from Temu. I got like 100 of them for like 95 cents or something. And they're just called flatback snowflakes if you want to look them up on Temu. And these are like the off-white color, so they're not like the real bright white. So I figured these are going to be pretty, just to put a few here and there around the edge. So somebody told me to use tweezers to do this the other day, but I don't know. We're just going to hot glue some of these here and there. And I already got hot glue, or I don't want it. I don't know. I'll let you know how many I'm using here, because I don't even know yet. I know I want one in each of these corners. I'll try to space these out. One up at the top. That looks good right there. And you know what? I'm just going to set some on here to see how many more I want. Maybe one more up each side up here. Oh, that's going to look so darn cute. And then, I don't know. I may be adding more of these than I thought I was going to, because I think these look really pretty. I just dropped one on the floor. That's why I have an extra one here. I knew I would do that. I'm just going to space these out. Oh, I think that's going to look really nice. Okay, I'm going to need one more down here. And then I'm going to have... Oh, no, I don't have to find the one I dropped on the floor, because I have another one. There we go. Oh, I think that's perfect. All right, let me get these on here, and then I will show you guys up close how this is going to look. And hopefully I'm just guesstimating the center here. That's what I do. You can't go wrong with some snowflakes, you know? And I get all these hot glue webs off because they're just getting everywhere like always. Now, nope, I don't have that one on yet. I think that's the last one. Yep. That's perfect. Alright, and I'm just going to leave this be. This is all I'm going to do to this picture. I think it is so darn cute. Oh, these webs that we weave. And I hate when I get it on the glass because sometimes it doesn't want to come off. And if you do get it on the glass, don't try to get it off until it cools down. Otherwise you end up smearing it. Believe me, I know. I've smeared quite a few. Is that one or is that in the picture? I think. Nope, here's one. Sorry, I'm holding this up to the light here so I can see these stinking glue webs. Alright. Now I'll do another double check after I'm done here to take a picture of this at the end. I see one up there and I can't get a hold of it. But anyway, there you go. Isn't that pretty? And so simple. You can't go wrong with this. Alright, so I'm going to change batteries here because it's getting ready to die again on me. And be right back and we will make the other one. Alright, now for this one, I took this all apart. I took this out of here and I removed the glass. I don't want the glass for this one. So that I gotta dispose of here carefully somewhere. But this piece that was in there, I used to trace out on a piece of my pretty cardstock. Of course, I couldn't find the exact one I wanted to use, but in my head, I had it pictured more of like a music thing with a Silent Night saying on it. But, of course, you know, I have no such thing. and I'm not going to be able to get out and look for anything. So anyway, we're going to use this snowy night here background. So I just put this on here, traced it, cut it out so it'll fit back in here. All right, so now I'm going to have to hook this on here. I might use a little bit of double-sided tape. Where's my tape runner? Here we go. We're just going to use a tape runner on this one because it's going to be inside here. All right, so let's get some tape on here. Hopefully this is not going to run out on me. You could glue this in. I'm just doing this just to save some time here because it is such an icky rainy day. It's going to take forever for anything to dry. But this will be fine. It'll hold that in there anyway. It's going to be hooked into this frame. Alright, so now we got to line up these little holes here where the latches go. And I just want to make sure we got that right. I think we got it here. There we go. So we're just going to tack that down on our cardboard like so. And then we're going to put this back in here. And again, these have these really nifty little clips. Just hook everything back in. Love those. Alright, so there is the background of our picture. Now for this one, I want to use one of the Nativity sets from Dollar Tree. You guys have seen them. They've had these for years. It's all these little wooden pieces. And they all stick in the... Let's see, where does this little go? I'm not using the 3 little wise men for this. But all these have like little... what do you want to say? Little things on the bottom to stick in here. Little post pegs, whatever. But I'm cutting them off. So I already cut them off, all these others. I got these all painted up already. To cut that off, all I did, I have this little miter cutting tool here. But you can just use scissors. This stuff is very thin. I did cut some with just my scissors or wire cutters. And just squeeze that little bottom piece off. And there you go. And then I just took my little piece of sandpaper here. Sand that down a little bit. And there you go. Voila. Now for... Joseph and Mary, we painted them white, and I left their faces and hands the natural wood color because that just worked out. And then you have your this little piece here for our little baby Jesus, and we have this. This is actually this little Merry Christmas sign. I painted, I just gave it one coat of the Snow White chalk paint. That's what color paint I used to paint the figures with and stuff. And I also took my cutters and I cut this off because it had a little piece of like holly leaves and berries. I just didn't want that on here for this. So I just clipped it off and just gave it a coat of white paint. So we're going to use that. And then the manger, where's the manger? Here it is. This I just put on one coat of this matte finish nutmeg brown. This is very pretty brown. Look how pretty that is. I thought this would be nice, a little bit lighter than our little manger here. So yeah, I think that's it. And I'm really not going to do much more to those. I might, I don't know. We're going to see when we get done here. But we're just going to glue these things in here. I'm just going to add a little bit. And you're not going to need much. These are very light, and this is going to fit in here just nicely. So I'm just going to put a couple dabs of hot glue, like in the corner, a little here, a little here. Oh, no, wait, I don't want to do this yet. There's one more thing I forgot. Let me get that off of there. This paper here came in one of those bags of papers that they have at Dollar Tree in the craft section where they have like, you know, little pieces of all different kinds of scrap paper and stuff they have in packets sometimes. I cut a piece of this out, almost forgot, and I want to put that behind this star. I just traced it and cut it out. It's just this triangle is going to go back here, but then it's going to be a nice glittery star. So that's what I want to do there. I almost forgot. I got ahead of myself. Don't want to forget that. So we're going to put a drop of glue back here. Not going to need much for this either. I just don't want to see it anywhere else. There we go. That paper's so pretty. I really never knew what I was going to use any of this paper for, but you know what? This is why I have so much stuff. Every little piece of scrap paper, you just never know when you're going to need it. I've had these probably a couple years, but guess what? Today, I needed it. Okay, now we're going to glue this in. So now I'm just going to put a couple drops here, here, here. I got to move quick because it's hot glue and it's going to want to cool on me. And I don't know if it's the humidity that's making these awful, awful glue webs today. Alright, so we'll set that right down on the bottom. There we go. Look how pretty that is. Very pretty. And I didn't get it perfectly centered, but it's fine. It did on the bottom, but it's close enough for me. Alright. And we're going to add this right here in the center. About the center, because you guys know I'm not measuring anything. Now that I painted brown, and I just gave it a few strokes of lighter brown, it actually came out darker. I should have just painted it this color too. I think that would have looked really nice, but it's fine. It's all fine. And then we're going to take our little... I just want to set these in here first to see exactly where I want them to go. But see, this white now is going to really make this whole thing pop. Do I want them far at the corner? No, I think I want them a little bit closer. Right about there. I think that looks good. What do you think? Isn't that pretty? That white just pops. Alright, so we're just going to put a little bit of glue on this. Make sure I got you straight. And then a little bit of glue on this. Like I said, you don't need much to hold these. Oh, that's so pretty. Isn't that nice? Look at that. Beautiful. And then we're going to take our little Merry Christmas sign, which I wanted to say Silent Night on it, but it's not gonna because I can't find it. And I think, let's see, I'm just going to glue this on with some of this tacky glue. I think that'll work great. Now, I don't know if I wanted to, I kind of was thinking about, let's see, while this glue, where's my glue stand? Gets down to the top of this thing. There. I have one of these metallic colored pens. And I was thinking of maybe just going around the edge of this gold. What do we think? I don't know if you can see it. It always looks so dark to me, and you guys tell me that it's the lighting is fine, but I can't see it. But I'm thinking maybe just go around the edge of this metallic pen. Another thing that I've had forever, not all over it, another thing that I've had forever and didn't know what I was going to do with them. So let's use those. And these, luckily, before they dry, you can wipe them off. But yeah, I think that'll look pretty. I have the most unsteady hands today. There we go. I think I got these from Temu. I'm pretty sure I did. I don't know. I get things from Temu, some things I get on Amazon, some things I get from Etsy or Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and sometimes I have this stuff for years and I can't remember where it all came from. But you can find like metallic paint pens or whatever pretty much anywhere. Let's see, let's go over it one more time. Oh yeah, that looks pretty. Just the edge, that's all I'm doing. I was thinking maybe go on the inside edge too, but you know what? No. I think that's enough. Sometimes, like I always say, sometimes less is more. I mean, you could. Let's see. I'm just going to do one little spot here because I can't leave well enough alone. No. I don't want that there. So I should have left well enough alone. Alright, it came off. I got it off. Okay. Yeah. See, I think it's just going to look just pretty with just the outside done. Alright, so now that our tacky glue is down to the bottom, I'm just going to put a little bit on here. Not too much because you don't want it to you know, ooze out all over the place. And again, this stuff is so light that you're not going to need much of this at all. Just enough to make it, you know, sticky. And that's about it. Now, let's see if we can get this where we want it. At least this I can move around just a little bit until I get it right. Not too much. Alright, I'm going to leave that be right there. But that's it. That is all I'm going to do for this pretty little thing. And this will be another little cute decoration that can just go in between. I just stuck my hands in all this stuff that's not dry yet. It just can go in between all of your other Christmas decor and just look really pretty. And that just, oh, I didn't glue that one on. Oh, look at that. Didn't even have any glue on it. How did I do that? I don't know. There we go. Or it fell off. One of the two. I don't know. But there you go. Aren't they cute? But that's it. That was my quick and easy projects for today that I wanted to get done. And I'm very happy with the way these turned out. And thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed these little projects. I'll see you guys all next time. Have a great day, everyone.